Welcome back.
To Greenlight Studio.
Today, we got another controversial one on our hands. Our last video was pretty controversial, but this one is bound to be maybe even more so.
Because we're going to be giving some of our hot takes. And then we're going to get to the part that you've been waiting for. We're going to be looking at your hot takes.
Yeah, so if you didn't see, we recently made like a short. We posted it on Instagram. We did a poll. We got as many responses as we could, and we got some of your guys' hot takes. And we're going to be providing some of our own, of course. And then we're going to rate them on the scale of cold to scalding hot. And then we'll rate them on the Letterboxd scale just to see if we agree with the take or not.
Is it a founded take? Is it a good hot take? That's
Yeah.
what we'll be judging today.
If you left a comment,
Thank
we'd
you.
like to.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, thank you. But also, we'd like to apologize in advance because this is bound to be controversial.
Whew.
Yeah.
You might get a little bit flamed.
You might get flamed, but I think we shouldn't just stand by and passively watch. I think we should provide some of our own. So we each crafted a couple hot takes of our own,
And why don't you let us know what you think of our hot takes?
Yeah.
In the comments below.
and maybe even make fun of your fellow commenters' hot takes because some of them are bound to be pretty bad.
Or maybe say one that you agree with.
Yeah.
All right, you want to go first with your
I'll go
first hot
first.
take? Do
So-
you wanna, I think you should go mildest to hottest.
Ooh, mildest to hottest.
Yeah, because that's what I'll be doing.
Okay.
So
I
take it
think
away.
my mildest hot take that I made is I think that Osgood Perkins movies are supremely overhated, specifically the first two. I think that Longlegs Hatred is a product of its bad marketing, but I think The Monkey is a genuinely entertaining movie. And I see people clown on those movies all the time, and you might have seen in our previous videos, I have Osgood Perkins shirts. Like, I'm a big fan. I know you disagree with that, but
It's not an awful take. I'll give that room temp. Because it's not a cold take. But I'll give that room temp. I give that a 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Okay,
It's
that's
fine.
reasonable.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
I will agree. I don't think Keeper is a great movie, but I think the other two are legitimately very entertaining.
All right, now for my hot takes. I feel like a lot of hot takes people just jump to this acclaimed movie actually sucks. I wanted to spice it up a little bit. So I'll start with my mildest one. This is kind of mild. But I think that going to the movies by yourself is underrated.
I agree.
And I think that more people should do it. I feel like movies are seen as a social outing, which they can be, and there's nothing like having a post-movie conversation at the theater,
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like a religious experience to just go to the theater by yourself and just escape for a little bit. And I
Yeah.
think that more people should be unafraid to do that. And that's not a very hot take, but I think it's an unpopular opinion.
I think that's an unpopular opinion. I think, like, personally, when I got to finally, like, see R-rated movies by myself, that was a cool hurdle. And I honestly don't know that I've been to a movie entirely by myself yet, but
I have quite a few times. And
Yeah.
people laugh at me. They laugh at me, but
no, maybe I should go. Maybe I should go to the movies by myself,
it's nice.
by choice.
All right, what are you giving that?
On the hotness scale, I would say that's a pretty mild take, because there are definitely people who disagree.
Yeah.
But I
Nobody's going to be offended.
Nobody's going to be offended, and I think that that's a perfectly reasonable take. I feel weird giving that a 5, so I'll give it like a 4. That's a good take.
That's fair.
I agree with it.
All right, hit me up with hot take number 2 from yourself, Ollie.
Oh, okay. Here's the next one. I think in terms of hotness.
Okay.
I think that Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is a far better movie than Dial of Destiny. I don't know if you've seen both, but
I have seen both.
I think Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is definitely the worst of the first 4, and that's the entire reason that it's hated on, but it is way better than Dial of Destiny. I think Dial of Destiny is borderline a bad movie. And I think Crystal Skull is only a bad Indiana Jones movie, but I'd say it's like an okay movie.
I agree, actually. I think that, I think Kingdom of the Crystal Skull isn't good,
Yeah.
but it's whatever. It's whatever. Dial of Destiny, I think that's a piece of dog shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to be real. It's a bad movie. So you know what? I'm giving that take a 4 stars.
Well, thank you.
But I think it's
that
maybe
might be
a
a
room
somewhat
temp.
hot take, but
I think maybe
think
between room temp and hot.
We're dealing
'Cause
with like a
it's-
90-degree take right there.
Yeah, it's not crazy. I'm going to hit you up with my hot take number 2, and this is a big jump, I think.
Really? Okay.
I think that I've said this before, actually. I think Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan are the 2 most overglazed filmmakers of all time. And I do think Quentin Tarantino is the most overrated filmmaker of all time. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
I agree.
And I don't think Quentin Tarantino has made a movie that's over 4 stars.
Yeah,
Because
I
he
mean-
has good style, but all of his movies are style over substance.
I'll take it a step further, and I know you have a take related to that. I think Pulp Fiction is one of the most overglazed movies of all time. I mean,
Okay.
seriously. I think and this will get into one of my takes. I think we really need to understand the meaning of overrated. Overrated doesn't mean something's bad. I just think it means it doesn't stand up to the hype. So make sure you memorize what that means before I get into one of my takes that is bound to be pretty controversial. Okay. But yeah, I watched that movie and I was like, oh, that's it? Like, that's kind of the taste that was left in my mouth. But I 100% agree. I mean, I think they both make movies that are trying to be smart and a lot of the times are just kind of sniffing their own farts, you know?
I would say Tarantino is probably the most style over substance filmmaker.
Yeah.
I would say Christopher Nolan is the most pseudo-intellectual filmmaker.
Yeah.
And they're almost opposites of each other because I think Quentin Tarantino doesn't really make his movies really about anything. And he has said that. He's like, oh, if you get any meaning from my movies, it was an accident. Mm-hmm. And then Christopher Nolan tries to make his movies too grand. And because of that, it's a little too on the nose and it's very exposition heavy and he just gets a little lost in the sauce, I think.
I agree.
And that's my take. How would you rate that?
I would actually probably rate that a pretty hot take. Because, I mean, as we've seen from some of our recent videos, Christopher Nolan has definitely a lot of fans. I think the Quentin Tarantino take is less controversial nowadays.
Because he's such a shitty guy.
Yeah. But if we're grouping that take as both of them, I definitely think that would be considered a hot take. But okay. I agree. I mean, again, I don't want to throw around a 5-star. So I'll give it a 4. Because I agree.
Okay.
Now, my next hot take, I honestly probably should have done this one before some of my other ones. I feel like this is a kind of room temperature one. But I personally think that Joaquin Phoenix is the actor of the 21st century. I think he is the greatest actor of our generation. I mean, every single one of his performances is absolutely captivating. I have not seen him in a movie where he was any less than just brilliant. Like, I can't even think of a bad Joaquin Phoenix performance because I don't think it exists. I mean, so many of his movies are just, in my mind, defined by his performance. Like, specifically the movie Her, Joker, Beau's Afraid. For how bad that movie is, he's really good in it.
Exactly.
I don't know. I just think he is incredibly talented.
I also do think that he is an incredible actor.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't hate you for saying he's the best of the 21st century. He would be up there for me. He would definitely be up there. I do think Her is phenomenal.
Yeah.
As a movie and as a performance. Earlier in the 21st century, I don't know if you've seen Gladiator and Signs. He was in both of those, and he was like fine.
Okay.
He wasn't bad, but he was like, yeah, he's alright. He's serviceable. Mm-hmm. But you know, as it goes on, like, man, he's killer.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm giving your take a 4.5 out of 5, and I think I would give it like, I think it's I don't know how many people would say he's the actor of the 21st century. So for that reason, I'll give it like just under hot.
Okay, we're looking at if you consider hot like you touch it on the stove and it might burn you a little bit.
Yeah,
that is getting up there.
Yeah,
that you're not gonna want to hold on to that for too long.
No,
it's like a fresh out of the dishwasher plate or something.
Right.
Well, hit me with yours then.
Okay, my number 3 is actually kind of related to my second one. So
okay,
but I think that The Dark Knight is the most overrated movie of all time. You haven't seen it, I don't think.
Didn't have to out me like that, but yeah.
But that's just one of those movies where I had heard so much praise.
Yeah, and
then I watched it, and it was a good movie. It wasn't anything great. Mm-hmm. It's carried by Heath Ledger's performance. I'll say that. And it's a transformative performance, and there's good things about it, but there's also really goofy things about it, and stuff that like unintentionally like makes me laugh because it is kind of corny and cringy and has those like Nolanisms that always weigh down his movies. Mm-hmm. And according to Letterboxd, it is like the 25th best movie ever made. If you look at the averages,
that's too.
According to IMDb, it's like top 10. Mm-hmm. And I have just never heard an argument that was like, oh, so that's why people think it's top 10 movies of all time.
Yeah, didn't you put it outside the top 5 on your Nolan ranking?
I did. I think he got it at number 6, actually.
Yeah.
So that's my take. It's a good movie. It is the most overrated movie of all time.
I think we've crossed into hot territory. That's borderline scolding. Scolding is the top, by the way.
And there's still 2 more to go.
There are still 2 more to go. Okay, my next one, I know you disagree with because you actually commented on this take. But trust me, this is not my hottest take. My hottest take is still to come. Whew. But I personally think that Art the Clown is the greatest horror movie slasher. And he's still got 1 more movie to go. But if we're looking at specifically David Howard Thornton, because like Mike Giannelli in All Hallows Eve, he's good, but he's not, when you think of Art the Clown, you don't think of that performance. You think David Howard Thornton in the first 3 Terrifier movies. And there is not a single horror movie slasher that is as captivating, as funny, as potentially scary, anything like that, as demented as Art the Clown. And again, Terrifier 4 is still in the works. He's still got 25% of his movies left to go. And I think there's only room to grow. the character that I already thought was great in the first Terrifier movie got better in the second one, somehow got better in the third one. So,
All right, I mean, let's think about this.
let's.
What makes a good hot take? Is it just a take that's hot? I don't think so. Is it a take that's hot and a take that's correct? I still don't think so. I think it's an unpopular opinion that is founded in something understandable, a perspective that I maybe hadn't looked into before. Mm-hmm. And you know what? You gave me that. And I haven't seen the Terrifier movies. I've never actually sat down and seen the whole Terrifier movies before. It's hard for me to imagine that he could be better than Chucky and Freddy Krueger.
Chucky's
peak.
Chucky is peak.
Chucky's peak.
Chucky is peak? Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Dude, Chucky is not peak. It gets better, trust me.
Okay. Well, you know what? Just because of your passion, I'll give you a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
It's hard for me to say because I haven't seen Terrifier.
Yeah, you haven't seen it.
But I would say that's a hot take.
I would say it's a hot take.
I would say
and
that is
I
a
think
hot take.
I honestly think the only reason it's a hot take is because his performance started 10 years ago. If given the time, I think once he has like the age of like Michael Myers or the recognizability of Jason Voorhees or, you know, the wit of Freddy Krueger, which I would say he already does have. He's definitely like one of the most culturally significant characters of the 2010s and 2020s, I would say. I mean, I see Terrifier merch everywhere. But given the time, I think people will appreciate that take more. I understand why people still take like Michael Myers. I mean, I think Michael Myers is probably number 2. But I don't know. I mean, I'll let you get on to your next one. But I think given the time, people will appreciate Art the Clown as the best slasher.
Okay, this one. I don't think you can comment on this one either, unfortunately.
Okay.
But this one's, I think, flamin'.
Okay.
I think that Joker 2, Joker Folie à Deux, is an amazing movie. An amazing movie. I said it.
Doesn't that have like a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes?
And it's because people went in with the wrong expectations, okay? I think comic book fans hated it. Mm-hmm. I've never read a comic book in my life. That gives you my perspective on it. I'm judging this as a movie and as a sequel to Joker. And Joker itself, like even the character Arthur Fleck, which is Joker, by the way, if you didn't know.
No, I know.
He's not in the comics at all. I actually just looked that up last night to make sure that I was right for this hot take. But it's clearly like a story of its own. This is something that the filmmaker behind this, he really wanted to tell this story, and he's just using the iconography of the Batman characters. But like, guys, Joker was not going to fight Batman alongside Catwoman and Harley Quinn in Joker 2. That was never going to happen. Okay? Joker 2, a courtroom drama that is addressing the events of the first movie, and it's a musical. That's awesome. That is awesome. How do you not love that? That is so cool. Okay? It's unique. It's in the first Joker, you know, I like that movie, but you've seen that stuff in other movies.
Yeah.
The second Joker movie, never seen anything like it. And I think that the way that it addresses the way people sensationalize serial killers and mentally disabled people is really clever. And also, cinematography, amazing. Probably the best looking movie of that year, from what I remember. It is a phenomenal looking movie. And the stuff with Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga, is also great and really subversive and really cool. And there's an animated cartoon segment in the opening, and that's also really cool. It's just an awesome movie. I love it.
I definitely think that's a scalding take, right?
It's a scalding take. I think it's because people went in with the expectations of the comics or the pre-established character.
Talking about a movie that I've definitely seen, by the way. I don't know. I can't really rate it because, you know, to drop the act, I haven't seen it. I didn't watch it because I heard that it was really bad and it was really long. But you know, I'll give it a 3.5 just for the boldness of it.
Thanks.
And I thought the trailer looked kind of cool.
It's a great movie. It's such a great movie.
So you said that The Dark Knight is the most overrated movie of all time.
I did say that.
You did say that. I think, and again, I need the audience to remember what overrated means.
It does not mean that.
Because I've talked to people about this take before, and I've gotten yelled at about this take before.
Yelled.
I think that the Spider-Verse movies are some of the most overrated movies of all time. Now, again, I don't think they're bad, but there are people legitimately claiming that these are some of the best movies ever made. If they were saying some of the best animated movies ever made, I could agree with that. I mean, these movies look beautiful. But I think it kind of ends there. I don't think that there's as much substance as people say there is. At the end of the day, it's just a really well-animated Spider-Man movie. Like, I don't want to keep acting like it's like this top of the totem pole, like super deep, analogous movie. It's good, but it's not that good. Like, I gave both of them a 4 on Letterboxd. Okay. So like,
that's not crazy.
Yeah, so I don't think they're bad, but like these movies are both in like the top 100, I think, on the Letterboxd top 500.
It's something like that.
Yeah, and I think that's insane.
I do think it's too much.
Yeah.
I do think it's too much. And I mean, they're not super deep, but
Yeah.
I think that they have a lot more to say than the average superhero movie.
I can agree with that, but I just think people see the animation style, and which I will admit is really cool. Like, they are some of the best looking animated movies I've ever seen. I think the style is super unique.
I would say the second one is the most impressive animation I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
And then I think they just assume that, like, the rest of the movie is going to be as bold as the animation, but, like, it's just not. I'll say it. It's just not. It's cool. It's cool. Trust me. I saw that movie like 3 times in theaters. But I don't know. It's not that good. It's not that good.
I mean, I think if you're gonna make a list of like the top 5 comic book / superhero movies of all time, I think these movies get on there. Is that crazy to say?
No, I don't think that's crazy to say at all. I'm just also not that audience. Like, I will say it. I'm not a Marvel fan. I'm not a DC fan. I'm not even like a superhero fan. Period.
And like the interpretations of Spider-Man, they're the best out there on film. But you know what? A lot of things you said weren't crazy. Like, I agree. Top 100 movies of all time, that's a little much.
Yeah.
So you know what? I think your take, it's touching scalding.
Yeah.
It's touching scalding. It's up there. I'll give it a 3.5.
Okay.
I'll give it a 3.5. I'll give it a 3.
Probably what I'd give these movies if I watched them now.
Ooh.
No, I'm just kidding. That was my last one.
Okay, so that means this is my last one, so I didn't miss one.
This better be pretty hot. Based on how you're acting, this better be pretty hot.
Like, this one goes beyond like singular movie, singular filmmaker. This one is like the world of film as a whole, and I think people are gonna hate me for this one.
Really?
Because it's almost like a moral question, and that is, I think that the art should be separated from the artist.
No, I don't entirely disagree. Okay, I don't entirely disagree sometimes.
Okay, here's what I think.
Yeah.
I think that the majority, like, let's just face it, the majority of famous people, the majority of artists who have a claim to fame are going to turn out to be awful people on some extent, right? And like the Beatles music, for example, it's still iconic. But most of the Beatles, especially John Lennon, terrible, terrible people. But like, are we really going to rob the world from amazing music just because we found out the person was bad? Or are we going to still enjoy that music? Because why should we suffer? Why should we be punished because the artist was a terrible person? The art can still stand on its own and have something to say. And the only exception to that is when the morals of the artist bleed into the art.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I mean, this is an most exaggerated possible take, but the movie The Birth of a Nation,
yeah.
like, that is unacceptable. And like,
Yeah.
and like, some people like that movie for like the filmmaking aspects. No. That is a movie that should absolutely be canceled and looked down upon in every single way.
Yeah.
Because the actual movies, the art itself, the morals is bad. But like, I love Woody Allen movies. I'm just gonna say it. I love Woody Allen movies.
But bro married like his daughter or something.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yeah. So here's what I'll say. I don't disagree. I think it should be separated, but I definitely disagree like how you can't look at that different. Like, if I'm watching something that I know was made by a bad person, that definitely bleeds into my perception of it. But like, I think censorship is like the worst thing. Like, I obviously, like, obscene amounts of whatever, like, I'm fine with that being a little made a little safer for audiences. But I think the worst thing you can do is stop people from seeing things because they're just going to go further to see them, you know?
I think the only thing worse than censorship to happen to art is AI.
Yeah.
Those are top 2.
But yeah, I mean, I think I definitely agree. Like, I think in most cases, it can absolutely be separated. The only like differences I have is so what you said about how like the morals bleed into the work, and when like some of the bad things that the person was doing was like on set, like abusing the actors, or like I think it was like the movie Milo and Otis.
You say with the Shining poster right over there.
Oh, that's a pretty debated on topic. You talking about Shelley Duvall?
Yes, the abuse of the actors in that.
Yeah. But hasn't she gone out and like forgiven Stanley Kubrick?
I'm not sure.
I think she has. I don't know. But like I think it was Milo and Otis. They like killed dogs and cats to like get the shots.
I know what you're talking about.
Stuff
yeah.
like that. Like, I think that's a situation where the artist
Or like Cannibal Holocaust is like
Exactly.
also killed animals. I do think that is
Which
something
is
that
maybe
should
a
be.
little different. But
I don't want to use the word canceled, but like
yeah.
it should be looked down on.
But yeah, no, I mean, I agree with that, and I think that's a pretty hot take. I think a lot of people will write off. I mean, it happens all the time. Like people will like boycott movies because okay, we're getting a little a little heated here. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, I've seen like plenty of Instagram reels where it's like, seeing people throw away like the Blu-ray of a Woody Allen movie like Midnight in Paris into the trash can, and then like a Harry Potter book in the trash can. Like, guys, I promise they don't care. Like, I promise Woody Allen does not care if you throw away a Blu-ray copy of Midnight in Paris, and I promise that J.K. Rowling doesn't care if you throw away a copy of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Like, it's not gonna affect them. Like, I promise it's not. Like, you're okay. You can enjoy it. Mm-hmm. And that's my take.
Yeah, I agree.
Would you rate that? Do you think that's?
I think that is. I think. Okay, personally, I think your last take might have been a little hotter.
Okay.
But I would say that that's like between hot and scalding.
Okay.
Because I think the problem is I think a lot of the people who do agree with that are they agree with it for like a different reason. But yeah, and I considering I agree, I'll give that like a 4.5.
Okay. Thanks.
So yeah, now it's time to get into your guys' takes. And I would like to say, this is my phone. I have all of your guys' takes screenshotted. I don't want it to look like I'm like texting or anything or like disinterested in the video. There was no way I was remembering all of these. So
we're reading from here, and we want to get the right wording too.
We do. All right, well, I guess I'll just start with the first one.
All right, let's start with the first one.
Do you want me to just read it verbatim?
Let's read it verbatim.
All right. First take. Breakfast Club is overrated. I completely understand the message they're trying to convey. It's a good one, but they didn't make me care about any of the characters, and the movement of the plot felt incredibly static. I'll let you take that one.
Have you seen The Breakfast Club, Ollie?
Yep.
No, I haven't seen All right, here's what I'll say. I watched Breakfast Club when I was 12 years old. Mm-hmm. Okay, revolutionary for 12-year-old me. That like launched into my top 3, and because of that, like I can't stop myself from loving that movie. Okay, like it changed my life truly, mm-hmm. And I still think it's a great movie. Okay, I see the flaws in it now. I can understand what they're saying about not being interested in the characters. I was moved by the characters, okay? But some of them are kind of bad people, and I can see how that would like remove your interest from the film, especially Bender, the character Bender. I hardly know her. I think I have problems with the ending, and they turn a movie that's about a friendship between 5 people and give it a romantic aspect, and I don't like that. We're not going to spoil movies here. I don't like the romantic aspect of The Breakfast Club, but I think it's a great movie, but I don't hate their take.
Yeah.
I can respect it.
I think I actually was reading that one. I think I saw, didn't you give that movie like a 5 on Letterboxd?
I did give it a 5 on Letterboxd. But if you look at my favorites list, the lowest movie to have a 5 is The Breakfast Club.
Okay.
That's little.
That
so
makes
it's
sense.
it's on the border.
Okay.
And you know what? I'd say that's hot.
Yeah.
That's not scalding. That's a hot take.
I definitely
that
think
lands
The Breakfast
softly
Club is
at
one
hot.
of those like, not necessarily like a general audience movie. Like I can't say I hear about that movie all the time, but it's definitely one of those ones that like
if you
people
love
are
it,
talking
you'll
about
love
like
it.
lower budget 80 movies that are very iconic.
I'll give it a 3 out of 5 on
3 out of
Letterboxd.
5? Right.
I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
All right, the next take. Some of the best endings are when the main character dies or doesn't ever get to achieve what they set out to do. It may not be as hot of a take now, but there was a stretch for a while where every story seemed to have a positive or triumphant ending for the protagonist. I agree. I agree to a certain extent. Here's what I'll say, and I'll give you a chance to talk also. I think that the main reason that I agree is because that's an uncommon ending. So if we get into the realm where every movie ends on a bad note for the main character, I could see that getting super overblown. But a lot of my favorite movies actually do have negative endings. I mean, I don't want to get into spoilers, but a lot of the movies if you want to go back, which you totally should, and watch our top 25, a lot of those movies have not so great endings.
Mine too. Well,
Yeah.
great endings, but
Yeah,
not for characters.
I mean, my number one. This can't be a spoiler nowadays, but like, Empire Strikes Back is my number one movie, and that's not a great ending. I mean, like that, the characters are not triumphant in that ending at all, and I think that's one of the greatest endings of all time. But if we get, again, like I said, if that becomes every ending, then the
it's gonna wear off.
It's gonna wear off. Yeah. But sorry, I'll let you talk now.
Okay, I don't want to be mean to this person because I know them, but I just don't think you've seen enough movies. If this is your take, because I would say the movies that I at least watch now, more of them have a gray ending or a downer ending than a happy ending. Like maybe if you're watching fucking like Superman 2025.
Yeah.
Like yeah, that movie's gonna have a triumphant ending. I would say if you look at lists of like greatest movies of all time, most of them will not have a fully like winner ending.
I would say it's like 60% do, and then 25% don't, and then the other 15% is like gray
area.
I
Like
would say most do have a triumphant ending, but
like I would say just like
oh my
watch
God,
more.
I just realized I did my math wrong. That was 110%. Wait, no, it was. Oh my God, dude. Okay, sorry. Continue. I'm not stupid.
I would say I agree. Like I appreciate somewhere in the middle because I don't like this perfect, in a little bow ending.
Yeah.
But also like this whole Shakespearean ending where everybody like dies. Maybe it's a little overboard.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna not spoil this movie. I'm gonna leave it ambiguous. Like a movie like Whiplash. Some people have interpreted that as a happy ending, and a lot of people have interpreted that as a sad ending. And I'll just say a lot of people are wrong.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it by saying which is which, but
It seemed pretty clear to me, and then I looked it up like to see other people's interpretations, and it seemed like I was in the unpopular group, which I thought was kind of crazy.
and the director himself has spoken about it and what's the basically correct interpretation. But yeah, like I think the answer to that is just watch more movies.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give that's honestly room temp.
I would say that's room temp.
Because I'd say most people would agree with that unless you're like super
And
normie.
I think I definitely agree, but I don't think it's like to the point where it's like that's a perfect take. So I'm thinking 4.
I was gonna give it a 3.5.
3.5. Well, I'm a generous guy, so I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
All right. The Matrix is exceedingly mid, and definitely does not deserve all the hype it gets.
Exceedingly.
So
Okay,
I
have
watched
you
this
seen
movie
The
when I was
Matrix?
12.
Okay.
This was the first R-rated movie I've ever watched.
Really?
And
It has no reason to be R-rated, by the way.
no, it's apparently it's because of the song in the end credits.
Yeah, whatever. It's,
But I will say I personally don't entirely disagree. I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's a great movie, and I think again it's one of those movies that because of all the hype around it, I expected a lot more going into it. And I was just kind of like, yeah, it was an action movie and it had an interesting plot, but like I didn't think it was anything life-changing or anything like that.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
The movie gets a lot of glaze, and it revolutionized some technological things. So like, I guess I can respect it for that, and it does have a very interesting premise. I don't know about the word mid. I think I gave this like a 3.5.
Okay.
I gave the movie a 3.5.
I think
on
I probably
Letterboxd.
did the same thing.
So that's better than mid. But it is, I would say, very overrated. It's a very overrated movie.
The consensus is that's a great movie, and I think it's a good movie.
Yeah, and I think part of that is like the main character, and I love Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
But I think the main character is kind of flat, and especially in the third act, a lot of the movie relies on the romance between Neo and the woman character, and I just
Jane.
It's just one of the most like unbelievable romances I've seen. Like it's the chemistry is just not there, and some of the dialogue's just kind of corny. So I honestly almost agree with this take.
I agree with the take.
I would say this is a hot take though because
I
it's a
would
pretty
agree.
beloved movie.
Yeah.
Maybe not scalding. Like I don't think that you would be like smited for this.
Yeah.
But it's hot,
I think hot.
and I would give it. Honestly, I kind of want to give it a 4.5, maybe a 4.
4. I think 4.
If they gave more reasoning, it could go up. But I'll give it a 4. Give this take a 4 out of 5.
Okay. The B movie has some legitimately good attributes, like its animation and its message of equality, even towards bees. Overhated.
Have you seen the B movie?
I have seen the B movie.
Okay, so we can both speak on this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a very long time,
Yeah, me neither.
but I think there was like a period of time where like this movie was hated. Like
Yeah.
people hated this movie, and then it kind of turned into like a DreamWorks meme movie, and then it just kind of got annoying. But it's honestly like from what I remember, the movie's not that bad. Like
Yeah.
it's cute.
To get it out of the way, the only part of this take that I just disagree with is the animation.
It's not that
It's
good.
not a good animation.
It's like I mean, it's
obviously it's a product of the time. This is like 2007?
7,
I don't
6.
know exactly when. But I agree with the message toward equality. Like, I mean, I don't know that it's as strong of a message as some other like animated movies have, like Toy Story.
Like Toy Story. Thank you.
But for what it is, I would say like making it accessible to kids, teaching about equality. I could agree with that.
Like I kind of appreciate the movie just for its absurdity.
Yeah.
All the bee puns, like it's stupid, but it's hard to hate. Just the absurdity of like a bee, like courtroom drama with a bee,
Yeah.
and like a romance with a bee. Like it's so out there that
romance
it's
is
like,
a little weird.
it's weird, but like I kind of like it. It's like
Yeah.
not like that.
Yeah.
It's just like wow, they went there. So good job, the B movie, I guess. Like, I'm not very passionate about the B movie at all. I would say
Yeah.
I'm impartial to it.
Okay.
Would you say you're impartial to the B movie?
I would say, I mean, I remember, if you remember that one scene where she draws a heart with the plane and then runs into the mountain. Funny story, I was probably in second grade. Me and my friend, we were watching this in his house on his Wii U. We replayed that part so many times, just dying laughing every time. That's a core memory I have. But I would say impartial. Yeah, I would say impartial. I don't have strong feelings.
What do you think this is? I think it's between like room temp and hot.
No offense. I think this is like a room temp take.
Okay. I'll give it like a 3 out of 5. I'll give this take
That's
3
fair.
out of 5.
That's fair.
Because I'm not offended, but I'm not like moved by the subversiveness of this take.
Yes. Okay. 90% of the time, bad movies are more entertaining to watch, especially with a group, than a critically acclaimed movie. Hard disagree.
Okay.
Hard disagree. I think that they can be more fun to watch. However, saying like 90% of the time, I completely disagree on that.
Okay.
I think I can get down with a bad movie every once in a while with a group of friends. I have no qualms with that. But I personally would much rather watch something that's good and then like have an in-depth conversation about it.
I agree with you. I also think that this take isn't that hot.
Yeah.
Like, I think, you get a group of guys for a sleepover, they're going to pick a slop movie, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to pick Parasite, right? And I think watching a bad movie and laughing at it can be really fun, but you also have to find the right bad movie. Because there are actually very few movies that are truly so bad it's good all the way through.
Yeah.
And a lot of bad movies just end up being boring after a while.
So the one example I have is the movie Moonfall. Have you seen that movie?
I've heard of it. I remember
Yeah.
the really poopy trailer.
So it's a 2023, I guess, action drama movie about the moon falling towards the earth that I thought was, from how I heard it described, I thought it was going to be hilarious. I thought it was going to be so bad. And I will say, for a while, it was actually funny how bad it was. But at a certain point, it just, you started to realize that it's just not entertaining how bad it is. And that, like you said, that goes for a lot of bad movies. I give a bad movie like 15 minutes before I'm tired of it.
I would agree with that. And I was recently at a university for an advanced filmmaking camp, and one of the camp counselors kept us after our our curfew and brought us upstairs so that we could all watch Evil Bong. Because a lot of the kids in my camp...
I've heard so much about that movie in the last like 6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of kids in my camp really wanted to watch Evil Bong. So I was like, well, I don't want to miss out. So I went with them and we watched Evil Bong, and we were expecting a riot of a time. Like just laughing at how bad this movie was. I would say like 75% of the movie was just boring.
Yeah.
Just boring filler. And the rest of it was pretty funny and enjoyable and absurd. I mean, it's Evil Bong. But like a lot of the movie's just boring and not that fun. And then there's nothing to talk about afterwards. And I would
Yeah.
agree. There's something about watching an amazing movie and then having a discussion afterwards. It's a debrief. That was what I was looking for. Having a debrief afterwards.
Yeah.
And that's just top 10
fun.
feelings ever.
I agree.
And so I would disagree with this take. I wouldn't even say it's hot. This is a room temp take, and
That
it's
I
still
disagree with.
it's getting a 1.5 on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a little harsh. Maybe it's a 2. Do you want to give it a 1.5?
I want to give it a 1.5.
Yeah,
we
we'll give it a 1.5.
We haven't gone below like 3 this whole time.
Yeah. 1.5.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Whoever commented that.
Yeah. Chud.
Revenge of the Sith is easily the most overrated movie of all time.
Easily.
So, I would like to get this out of the way. I am not a Star Wars glazer, but I am okay, you disagree with that. I don't think I'm like
Okay.
one of those people that like loves everything with the word star and then the word war following right after it on it. But I'm definitely a Star Wars fan, and I recently...
He's a glazer.
I'm not a glazer. And I actually made a personal ranking of all of my Star Wars movies, and Revenge of the Sith was like top 3. And I don't even think that it's like that like, okay, I think in the Star Wars scene, a lot of the people that are around our age love the prequels. I never understood that. I'm starting to understand it more and more. I thought the prequels were a little better than I remember, but I don't even think Revenge of the Sith is like that people talk about it like it's that good. Like,
I think they
You do?
I think that one movie is like pretty glazed. Like
but I don't even think it's the most glazed Star Wars movie.
maybe the most overglazed Star Wars movie. Maybe.
I think Revenge of the oh my god. I think Return of the Jedi, very similar names. Return of the Jedi, in my opinion, is the most overglazed Star Wars movie. Honestly, maybe even on top of that, maybe A New Hope, even before
yeah, that's
Revenge
fair.
of the Sith.
That's fair.
So I personally don't even think Revenge of the Sith is a top 2 glazed Star Wars movie, but that's just my opinion.
I do think like I think Revenge of the Sith has a 4.0 on Letterboxd.
That might be a little high.
That's a little much.
I will agree, that's a little high.
Like, compared to the other movies on Letterboxd, like, and a lot of that is nostalgia, because
Yeah.
this movie wasn't that beloved, and then just recently, I think it got, like, a comeback, I guess.
Mhm.
It re-released in theaters, and that was, like, sensational, or at least in theaters. Like, theaters packed with people in, like, cosplay and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, it's a good movie. My problem with the prequel trilogy is that Phantom Menace does, like, nothing. Phantom Menace is, like, 1% of the story.
Phantom Menace is the worst Star Wars movie to watch. I don't think it's the worst Star Wars movie, but it's the worst one to watch. That is an insufferable 2 hours.
Okay. I think that is, like, 1% of the story that the trilogy tells.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones is, like, 5%.
Mm-hmm.
And then I haven't seen Clone Wars, or that whatever that show's called. But Revenge of the Sith is, like, the other 94%.
I agree.
And you would take, like, Anakin's entire arc and shove it almost entirely into that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you already have the prequel problems of, like, bad dialogue. And it's like, I have my issues with that movie. And people quote, like, the final lava fight thing.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, it's a good scene, but, like, it's carried by those moments. But you know what? It's a good movie. I would say it's overrated.
I will agree. I mean, I personally gave this movie, like, I think a 4.5 or a 5 on Letterboxd. That's just kind of coming
That
from a
goes in
place
with
of
the glaze.
surprise and kind of nostalgia. I mean, I've been watching these movies since I was like 4. So, I mean, that was kind of where I came from on that. These movies have had a big impact on my life personally. But all that out of the way, I will agree that it is maybe overrated. I don't agree that it's easily the most overrated movie of all
It is
time.
not easily the most
So
overrated movie of all
remove
time.
those 2 words, you're fine. But because those 2 words are included, I disagree.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I don't think it's easily the most overrated movie of all time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say I give that like a 1.
I don't know about a 1.
1.
It's like a 2.
1.5.
It's a 2.
Yeah, but the take is that it's easily the most overrated movie of all time. It's not just overrated; it's easily the most.
And I don't hate him for it. Like, it's a 2-star opinion, okay?
Alright.
That's a negative review. I would say this is it hot? I'd say it's a hot take.
I would say it's hot.
How many people are you going to find
Actually, maybe that's very hot.
I mean, like, how many people are you going to find that say that Revenge of the Sith is easily the most overrated movie of all time?
Not many.
And that's why it's hot.
Yeah. All right. Sorry about the 5-minute yap on that one. But the next take, the Lego Batman movie is the best Batman movie and a top 3 superhero movie. I will say it's the only one I've watched in the entirety.
And I will say they are right. They are right about both
The
of those
Lego
things.
Batman, the Lego movie era, specifically the 3 Lego movies, like, are some of the, in my opinion, best. Like, seriously, those movies are so good.
I think that the Lego movie is the best one, the first
Yeah,
one.
I agree.
It's amazing.
And I was not a Batman fan, and I remember me, my dad, and my sister, we went to a showing of the Lego Batman movie. I was like, I don't even know how old I was. I don't remember when that movie came out.
2017.
2017, so I was
8 or 9.
8 or 9, yeah.
I think it came out in February 2017.
So then I was probably
If I'm on the dot on that, that's kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy. And I had the time of my life at that movie.
I did too.
Like,
it's one of the best paced movies ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's such an easy watch, and it's hilarious. I think Lego Movie and the Lego Batman movie, and I love Lego Movie 2 as well, but the Lego Movie and the Lego Batman movie are some of the funniest movies I've seen in my entire life.
When you can make a kids movie also legitimately funny for
Everybody.
older audiences,
Everybody.
I will automatically respect you more, because the problem with kids movies that I have is that the comedy is so low bar, the dialogue is so low bar, but when you can impress an older audience, that's when a kids movie gets really good. And I think all 3 of those movies do that.
And it's not only, like, really funny, but, like, the character of Lego Batman is genuinely a really good character.
Yeah.
And Will Arnett does a fantastic job voicing him. And it has a great heartwarming message, and it's just such a pleasant movie. And the animation is really phenomenal.
Really,
Like,
really good.
I didn't even pick up on that when I was a kid, obviously, but, like, watching it now, I pretty recently rewatched this movie, actually. But, like, if you look closely at the Lego pieces, they all have, like, fingerprints and scuffs on them. And this was all made on the computer. You know, they did not use real Lego pieces. It's genuinely really impressive, the attention to detail. And it's an amazing movie.
I agree.
And it is the best Batman movie. It is.
And I think if this was just the Lego Batman movie is a great Batman movie, that would be a pretty, I would say, even cold take.
That's a cold
But
take.
I would say saying that it's the best Batman movie makes this a really hot take. I think the Batman fan base is really passionate about their Batman.
Yeah, I would say it's almost scalding.
I would say it's almost scalding.
Yeah, and saying it's a top 3 superhero movie of all time.
I also maybe okay. Here's
I
the
kind of
problem.
agree.
I think general audiences are going to put the Spider-Verse movies at 1 and 2, and I disagree. But you know, this movie, it might land there. I mean, the Marvel fans are probably going to want Spider-Verse, and then the Avengers, like Endgame and Infinity War, from what I can tell.
Wait, did that say the top 3 best comic book movies or superhero movies?
Superhero movies.
Okay, if I were to make a list of the top 5 best superhero movies, I think at least 3 of them would be animated.
This, and then the 2 Spider-Verse movies, or?
Lego Batman movie, The Incredibles, Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
And then Unbreakable and Logan are probably top 5. Not in that order, but
okay.
Yeah, I think this is a phenomenal take.
I agree.
Best take we've gotten so far.
I would say that's a 4.5 take.
I would say it's a 4.5 take.
Yeah.
It's
So
honestly bordering on 5.
This was the only comment we got on the TikTok.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you,
Thank
commenter.
you.
All right. I don't know that you can comment on this one, but The Predator 2018 is a good movie. Shane Black made a 90s action comedy throwback and people weren't ready for it. Someday it will be properly acknowledged.
I cannot comment on this. I have not seen this movie at all, so take it away.
So this comment was made by my father. I watched this movie with my father, and he is very wrong. So here's the thing. I would say the Predator franchise definitely needed a shakeup. I will say I have not seen Predator 2, but the original Predator, great movie. Predators, which is the third movie, is really bad. Like, I think it's really bad. And so, like, and the first Predator and Predators are basically the same movie, just with more predators and more people. So the series needed a shakeup. The direction that they went with it was very wrong. And I think the most recent 3 Predator movies being Prey, Badlands, and then I think it's called Hunter of Hunters.
Killer of Killers.
Killer of Killers. Sorry about that. All great, and prove that even with a shakeup, the Predator franchise can be great. The Predator 2018 tries to shake it up, and it fails miserably. It is a action comedy that has some funny jokes, but it has no substance. It has an almost offensive plot, and it just completely takes a crap on the Predator. It makes a iconic horror monster not scary. And I understand that they weren't going for horror, but it's just one of the dumbest plots you're going to find. And so I hard disagree on that one. And I'm a big fan of the Predator. I mean, I would say the last 3 movies are very good, but no, I disagree. I do not think that Predator 2018 is a great movie.
All right, so make this.
This is
based on what I
very
heard. This
hot
could be
take.
scalding. This
is a very hot.
I've heard a
I
lot
think
of
he
hate
is
for
the
this
only
movie.
person in the world that likes this movie.
I've never heard that take before.
Yeah.
So
and I think this is no offense, Dad, but this is like a 1.5.
Okay.
I see where he's coming from, but I disagree heavily. Okay. Doodlebug is Christopher Nolan's greatest cinematic achievement.
Have you heard of Doodlebug?
Was that his first movie for like $6,000?
That was following. Doodlebug
Okay.
is a 3-minute student short film. And honestly, I would recommend it. If you have 3 minutes to spare, see Christopher Nolan's humble beginnings. Doodlebug is good. I would assume that this is just a shit comment as a joke.
Oh.
But it's like Doodlebug is good. This take is shit. Like, this is scalding, of course. And I'll give it like a 1 out of 5 because like I kind of respect the boldness.
This next one, I think this also might be a joke because I think it's targeted at you. Eraserhead, and then like the little alligator basically showing
Better.
over Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. So he just left. I think he's kind of mad. I'm pretty sure your Eraser.
They're wrong. Eraserhead, let me tell you this. Eraserhead is it's an awful movie. And I know I said The Dark Knight is the most overrated movie of all time. If I were to make a number 2, it would be Eraserhead because that movie sucks. You should watch Eraserhead. It's miserable to sit through. It is the most pretentious movie I've ever seen. Or maybe it's up there. Eraserhead fucking sucks. And Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's in my top 4. It's one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
This comment is... It's scalding. Can we give this scalding, please?
We can give it scalding. And what do you want to rate this comment?
It's a half star.
Half star.
It's a half star.
All right.
It's a half star. This comment's a half star.
You struck
I hate
a nerve.
I hate you. Good job.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the weakest Spider-Man movie. Have you seen it?
It's the only Spider-Man movie I've not seen.
Oh, I also haven't seen it. No offense to...
But whoever this person is, I do not know them this time.
Okay.
You don't know what a hot take is, buddy. Like every single ranking that I've seen or like you look at any like scores on anywhere, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is consistently the lowest. Maybe it's getting like a little bit of nostalgia comeback, but like from what I know, nobody likes this movie. That's why I've never seen it. Because like I watched the first Andrew Garfield movie and I was like, that was mid. And I've heard the second one shit, so like I'm not gonna watch it. So it's, you know what, your take's not hot. This is freezing cold. This is a freezing cold take, and just for that, you're gonna get a 1.5. Even
That's
though
such a what? 1.5. Okay.
learn what a hot take is, buddy.
Next take. Most of the films in the top 100 greatest films of all time are overclassed by a ton of movies. I think it depends on what we're talking about.
I think you need to get a little more specific. Like if you said the IMDb top 100, I agree.
Yeah.
I fucking agree, dude. Like I think that. But here's the thing. Top 100 movies of all time. That's such a hard thing to classify because there's over 100 years of film, over a century of movies, and so many genres, so many languages that a lot of people are going to be closed out from. Like if you asked everybody in America, what is the best movie of all time? I think the most common answer that you will hear is not going to be a good answer.
I'm trying to think what it would be. Maybe like Shawshank Redemption?
Maybe. I mean, that is the highest on IMDb.
Yeah.
And you haven't seen that movie.
I'm thinking Letterboxd here.
Okay. You're thinking Letterboxd?
I'm thinking Letterboxd.
I think Letterboxd is more right than IMDb. I don't think it's right.
I was the other day actually I was scrolling through the IMDb top 100 and I was kind of shocked by some of the movies that made it in there, not only in there but as high as they made it.
It's like
I hate to say this, A New Hope is not a top 20. I think it's in the top 25 on the IMDb top 100. No. That's a laughable take right there. And obviously this is made by
coming from a Star Wars glazer, by the way.
Yeah. And maybe even I think Return of the Jedi might even be in there too. I don't know. I kind of forget what was on there, but I think A New Hope was on there, and I scoffed at that.
That's scoffable.
If we're talking about the Letterboxd, let's think Letterboxd here. That comment was probably talking about IMDb, but I'm a little more familiar with the Letterboxd one. I see where this take is coming from, considering like a lot of the movies in the top 100 on Letterboxd are foreign films. And I think that targets like that's a different type of audience. I think that will appreciate a lot of foreign films, like specifically like Parasite. I know that there's a lot of like samurai movies on there.
I think the number one is a samurai movie.
It's Harakiri. And then I think number 2 is that 12 Angry Men or is that Come and See?
Number 2 is The Human Condition Part 3.
Oh, that's right.
Number 3 is Come and See. Number 4 is 12 Angry Men.
Okay. And we watched. That's good. So like we watched Come and See, and it is in the top 4.
We came and saw.
So, and it was like, don't get me wrong, it was very, very, very good. But like, do I think that it is the 4th greatest movie that I've seen? I don't. So like, yeah, it's obviously going to be subjective. And the thing about it is like, user reviews are such a weird thing. Because, you know, if something is like, let's say everyone rates a movie 4 stars, which is good, don't get me wrong. But like, it's gonna put it probably on the top 500 list on Letterboxd because it has all of these 4-star reviews, but it might not have any 5-star reviews. It might not have any like 1.5-star reviews. So I think like the best way to realistically tell what is the best movie is what has the most 5-star reviews. But then you get into another problem where you can just review bomb or like get all these fans who are super passionate about like, hopefully this video doesn't get review bombed, but like the Breaking Bad fans that review bombed the like Game of Thrones episode, that stuff happens on these user review apps. So it's always going to be impossible to objectively see what the best movie is. So like your favorite movie probably isn't going to be on the top 100 unless your favorite movie is like Harakiri. In that case, yeah, it'll be on there.
I mean, I've told you this before, but Harakiri, the number 1 movie on Letterboxd, is a movie that only Harakiri fans are going to watch because it plays to a cinephile, Letterboxd user, Criterion Collection owner crowd. Yeah. And so, of course, they're going to love it and they're going to respect it. You know, if I show my mom that movie, she's not going to like it. If you show your mom a movie,
she probably won't like it.
If you show your mom that movie, she probably won't like it unless you have like a really niche cinephile mom.
Yeah, my mom doesn't like movies. So.
But then, on the other hand, The Shawshank Redemption, the number 1 IMDb movie, is a very crowd-pleasing movie, and it's a movie that is kind of hard not to like because it is very well made, and It does its job, but at the same time, you're not going to find that many people who have like Shawshank Redemption in their top 4.
Yeah. You're going to find a lot of people who have it in their maybe top 50.
Maybe.
But
it's and that is because it is such a crowd pleasing movie.
Exactly.
You know, it's maybe too crowd pleasing. But I think the biggest thing is we all look for different things in movies. And we all get different things out of movies. So what you consider to be the best movie of all time is different than what I consider, because what we're judging on is different. So to make a top 100 list, it's impossible.
Yeah.
And to find the movies that are going to have the biggest personal impact on you, you're not going to find it on the most top 100 list.
Yeah. 100% agree with the take that the top 100 movies are
usually
outclassed.
not that. Yeah.
Because I would say
this take is a little too broad. You know,
Yeah.
it's not really commenting on specific things. So for that reason, it's mild.
I would say it's mild. I don't think it's cold.
It's not cold. It's mild. And again, because it's a little too broad, I give it like a 3, 3.5.
That's
3.5.
fair.
You can land on 3.5 out of 5.
Now this next one, again, I can't comment on, but watching one of your videos, I think you disagree on. Tenet is a top 5 Nolan film.
Tenet, I'm not gonna hate you for it. I'm not gonna hate you for it because I'm not really passionate about really any Nolan movie, like save for Memento, which is amazing. But Tenet, like the protagonist's name is literally protagonist. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, this movie gives you nothing to chew on, and it seems to be like elaborate just so that it can feel like it's a smart movie to me, and it is a difficult movie to follow. And for that reason, like, I'm just so disinterested in it. But on a technical level, yes, it's very impressive. You know, that's what it boils down to for most Nolan films. Very technically impressive, but not much substance to really chew on. The Odyssey. But
Sorry.
if you think that Tenet is a top 5 Nolan film, whatever. I would appreciate this take more if it gave some reasoning. Maybe we should have asked for that. Maybe we should have asked for a little bit of reasoning.
Yeah.
But just the take as it is, I would say it's hot. I would say this is a hot take.
I think that this is from an outside perspective, this seems to be one of the more like, yeah, I'm a Nolan fan, but I don't like this movie.
And I'd go this like a 2.5 out of 5.
That's fair. All right. The next take is a comment that has 3 takes, so we'll go over them all a little quick. Jurassic Park is garbage. I think we can just kind of move past that one.
If you say overrated, like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Garbage
is
Jurassic Park is a good
we're putting
movie.
garbage on, like, Jurassic Park on the same scale as, like, The Room, which I haven't seen, but seems to be a legitimately garbage movie.
Jurassic Park is not garbage.
Yeah. So very hot take, but
I would say that's scalding.
that's a scalding
That's
take.
a scalding
but
take
I
with no
entirely
reason
disagree.
behind it. I give this a 1 star.
I give
that
this
take
a
it's
1
a 1
star.
star. Let's
No
move on to the
offense.
next one.
Cars 3 is a top 5 Pixar movie. Also gonna have to disagree. I will admit it's been a very long time since I've seen this movie. But, like, I feel like even as a little kid, I wasn't a huge Cars fan.
I was not either. I actually comment on that in my Pixar ranking review, which you should watch. But I guess if you're really attached to these characters, Cars 3 is a good enough ending. And you know what? If that tugs on your heartstrings, whatever, you do you. But
yeah.
This is a hot take.
I agree.
This is hot. And 2 out of 5.
That's fair. And then the final take is Onward is a top 10 Pixar movie. I have not seen it.
Okay.
I have not seen it.
I would say Onward is a little bit underrated. It's a good movie with a really good message and a really great ending. However, top freaking 10. Like, Pixar's got some bangers.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you're putting above it.
Yeah, maybe if we saw a full list.
But I'm not gonna hate on it. Like, it's a 3 out of 5 take. It's hot. It's hot for sure. But yeah.
All right. Next one is reading. I'm sure somebody here is about to get a little upset. Toy Story 3 is a cinematic disaster.
What?
And the worst Pixar movie, and one of the most freaking overrated films of all time. Is the worst Pixar movie. Have they seen Turning Red? Have they seen? I don't know. I can't remember all the, like, horrible Pixar movies, but I think based off this reaction, we can assume that this is a pretty hot and bad take.
Okay, they gave no reasoning at all. What does Toy Story 3 possibly do that makes it what was the word, travesty?
Cinematic disaster.
Cinematic disaster? Did we watch the same movie? Toy Story 3, that's one of the most beautiful pieces of cinema I've ever seen in my life.
That's your favorite Toy Story movie,
That
right?
is my favorite Toy Story movie. That's like a top 40 movie of all time for me. Toy Story 3 is nothing short of a masterpiece. It's almost a perfect movie. Give me one flaw. Give me one flaw from Toy Story 3 that even makes it a mediocre movie. You can't.
No guns.
You can't. What, was it just not happy enough for you? You wanted to end with all of them having a dance party and end of Toy Story 2 singing You've Got a Friend With Me? That's how you want it to end? Grow up! Grow up and love Toy Story 3. This take gets a half star. Okay? Can we agree on that?
Yeah. Sure.
Half star take. No reasoning behind. Founded in nothing. Scalding. This is beyond scalding. This is lower than half star. I hate you.
Wow, this is funny following that outburst. I probably should have read this one next. Toy Story 3 is overrated.
I hate you. Go on to the next one. I hate you.
Wow. Okay. I think I kind of lost track of where we were, but yeah, I think we're moving on to the final few takes here.
Oh no.
Leia and Han are a better love story than Anakin and Padme. I agree. And I don't think that that's a very hot take.
Okay. I appreciate this take because this kind of breaks from the structure of this good movie actually sucks. This is an interesting take. I agree with it. I think that, is it that hot? No, because I think that Leia and Han are more iconic.
Yeah.
Like, you see the I love you, I know, like, you see that, like, on shirts and, like, bookends everywhere, you know. I think that Anakin and Padme just have, like, more glazers, like, and more TikTok edits.
Yeah.
Because that is kind of the core of the entire Star Wars story, is Anakin's arc, and a big part of that is the romance. I don't think it's that well executed, though, because of the shitty dialogue.
Yeah, so I think George
chemistry's
Lucas
not there.
is well known for bad dialogue, and I think that Anakin and Padme love is the absolute peak of his bad dialogue.
Yeah.
Peak as in, like, not peak good,
The
but
pinnacle.
peak bad.
The
Yeah.
pinnacle.
I think even as a Star Wars fan, even as someone who for years clowned on Hayden Christensen, and I'll be honest, I got put in my place when I rewatched those movies. I thought his performance was pretty good. But
the writing lets him down.
the writing lets him down, and man, like the flower field scene, the banister scene when they're leaning over talking about sand, like so many memed upon lines for so long, and it's for a reason. It's really bad dialogue, and I hate to say it, but I would say at times it's just kind of hard to watch those two on screen together.
I think Anakin and Padme, their romance serves the overall story better. Yeah. Right? But Han and Leia,
they actually have chemistry on screen, whether that be like positive or negative chemistry. And that's another reason I hate what they did with Han in the sequel so much, because by the end of Return of the Jedi, you are you see this love evolve from just arc. Han making weird kind of like objectifying comments towards Leia in A New Hope to them genuinely feeling happy together.
It's a full arc and it feels natural.
Yeah.
Whereas Anakin and Padme are kind of forced.
Yeah. And they kind of, I guess, technically go through the same thing of like falling in love and then falling out of love, but instead you actually see it happen. So like I appreciate that. But no, I mean, it's bad. I agree with the take. I wouldn't say it's that hot.
So, yeah, because comparing the two is just not something I've ever really considered.
Yeah.
I would say it's a mild take.
I'd say it's mild.
And I give it you want to give it a 4? It's 4 glaze.
That might be a little glazed.
3.5.
3.5. I'm fine with 3.5.
3.5.
If you have prior understanding of the Odyssey, you'll really enjoy the film for what it is and what it's meant to be, which is an epic adventure. Nolan did again what he does best in making a beautiful movie.
Are you sure this was a comment on a hot take? Or is this a comment on...
No, this was a comment on a hot take.
I've not seen this one.
Yeah. So I will say out front, we talked about this a little bit in our Odyssey review.
Which you should watch.
I don't know jack about the Odyssey. I didn't even know... that's kind of a spoiler. But from what I've heard, people who love the Odyssey have been loving this movie. So, like, from what I can tell, it seems to be...
Cold take? Do you want to just give this cold?
We'll just give it
This is a cold take. I'm shivering right now.
I'm sorry.
I assume this person saw a review, which is why they left a comment.
Well, they were also in our review. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll say we judged it as a movie, not as We just judged it as a movie on its own.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, shut up.
Yo.
Let's get to 2 out of 5.
Okay, and then this one, I gotta be honest, I really disagree on. The Invite used cheap humor and had no nuance, targeted the Facebook Reels users of America. Pacing was good for the first 45 minutes or so, and then kept recycling the same jokes too long.
Wrong.
I hard disagree. I think The Invite is one of the best movies of the 2020s, and we're only, obviously we're only 5 years in, well, 5.5 years in. I hate to say we're 6 years in because like the 6th year isn't over yet.
We're on the 7th year.
Oh,
because 2020 is one of them.
Whoops. I haven't highlighted my intelligence very much in this video. I did simple math wrong.
Hey, this isn't a math channel.
It is not a math channel, and we're lucky it's not. But no, I think this is gonna go down as one of the best movies of the 2020s. Like, we're only halfway through, and I really doubt that's gonna change too much.
This is the only bad I've heard about The Invite. Like, I seriously have not heard. Has your dad seen it yet?
Yeah.
He loved it?
He loved it.
Of course. Who wouldn't? This freak. This is the only bad thing I've ever heard about the Invite, and
cheap humor? Like,
it's not. It's genuinely really well written.
Okay, here's the thing. Yes, it's a lot of like sex jokes, but the thing about it is it's relevant to the story.
The movie hinges on sex. Like, that is a major plot point, and so, like, sex jokes are funny.
Technically, yes. By definition, the humor might be quote unquote cheap if you say cheap humor is just like penis and sex jokes. But the thing about it is it's actually relevant, so it's not cheap. And no, it doesn't target the Facebook Reels crowd. I'm not one of them, and I thought it was great.
I'm not on Facebook Reels.
I'm an Instagram Reels guy, sure.
I would say Facebook Reels crowd
is just a nice way of saying like 45-year-old women.
Yeah, but like I feel like they would be kind of offended by this movie.
I could agree. Maybe.
Like, I don't think that they would take too kindly to this movie. Or
no.
Like A24 in general.
And like, it's a genuinely complex movie, which again, I don't think I would associate with that audience. Like, the directorial achievements that they have in literally what is an apartment, and the amount of creative shots that they have is impressive. Like, it's beyond impressive. So
to make something so compelling that is so stripped down is... it's just great filmmaking.
Also, to say that the pacing was only good for the first half, I thought the second half moved even faster than the first half. It's obviously, besides the scenes that want to move slowly, like there's a couple monologues that sure, take up some time and you kind of feel the length of it. But as a whole, I would say the second half is just as well paced as the first half.
And even great movies, I will sometimes think to myself, how much longer is left? This movie, I didn't, because it's so brilliantly well paced.
Yeah.
And it's not a turn your brain off movie, quite frankly. Like, if you're thinking this is a turn your brain off comedy, it's not. It's a brain on. Mm-hmm. It's a brain on movie because it does have nuance, and maybe you're just not thinking hard enough.
No.
This take, I don't think this...
It's scalding.
It's scalding.
Because
like,
I've only
movie
ever
isn't
heard
like
good things about this movie.
That's what I'm saying.
In the crowd, I guess.
In the crowd, because it's not like...
In the grand scheme of things, maybe just hot.
It's not a mainstream movie, per se. Like, super, like, worldwide acclaim. But from the people that have seen it, I've only heard good things. So, I'll give it a scalding just to spite you. And 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5.
No offense. I hate this take.
It's a shit take.
Yeah.
Founded in nothing. I
haven't sworn yet this video. I'm going to swear. Fuck.
That take.
Right, continue. Well, oh, yeah. That was all the takes.
That was all the takes.
All
of them, really.
Okay, now that the takes are over, we can go back. We can give the Lego Batman movie a 5-star take. Because that was the best take of the video.
Yeah, it was the best take of the video. Good job. Congrats.
So good job, TikTok commenter. You're the only one to comment on our TikTok, and we appreciate you.
To
be fair, we appreciate all of the takes. We thank all of you for commenting. We just disagree heavily with some of them.
Heavily.
But yeah, no, I mean, thank you for commenting. This was our first time doing like user-generated anything, and
we want to do it again.
We would love to do it again.
If you have any suggestions
doing this video, if you have any suggestions, please comment them.
Let us know.
Look out for any future posts we might do. Just to kind of open the jar of secrets a little bit, we were thinking about maybe doing like a user top 4 Letterboxd. Give us your top 4 on Letterboxd, and we'll kind of rate that. Kind of the same thing that we did here, where we'll give it a Letterboxd ranking.
We'll evaluate it. We'll evaluate you as a person based off your Letterboxd top 4.
We are going to be judging the fuck out of you, not your top 4.
So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah. But with all that said, thank you so much for watching this colossal video. This was much longer than we thought it was going to be. And
Thank you for our commenters. Unless you were really wrong, then
Yeah.
rethink your opinions.
Yeah, maybe just go back in time and don't comment that.
For the guy that said Toy Story 3 was a bad movie, rethink every opinion you've ever had in your life and just never speak again.
That was probably like a child. No offense if you're like 25 and are watching this, but that was probably a little kid. You little kid.
All right.
Thank you so much for watching. Again, look out for any future polls we might do. And we'll see you in the next one.
And for a cold take, I think it's about time we end this video.
Bye.